everyone, and Merry Christmas. It is Jazzy Vita Store Sasquatch here, and I went and saw Anaconda. A group of friends are going through a midlife crisis. They decide to remake a favorite movie from their youth, but encounter unexpected events when they enter the jungle. Directed by Tom Gormican, starring Jack Black as Doug McAllister, Paul Rudd as Ronald Griffin, Steve Zahn as Kenny Trent, and Thondawi Newton as Claire Simons, plus Daniel Melchior as Anna Alameda, and Ione Sky as Mally, who was Jack Black's wife, plus a couple other ones, and we have other people that pop up throughout this movie. I really thought this movie was very funny. I liked how it took kind of a dark thing and it went into a funnier direction. Like normally we get like darker and grittier when we take these '90s movies, and especially like the lighthearted ones that did come out in the '90s, we make them like dark and gritty and like this just evil concept or and stuff like that. We kind of did this evil thing and we kind of made it very funny. I think that it's very well done. The timing of it was very good comedic timing. I mean, we're talking about Jack Black, Steve Zahn, and Paul Rudd here. I mean, these three probably could have made about any script funny, just being themselves or being kind of characters or whatever characters they would create it through themselves. Um, so I like it. I like the kind of '90s nonsense too of these people finally, this one broke ass actor found some way to buy the rights to Anaconda, and now they're going in and to the jungle and directing it from his point of view of owning the rights, and how do you even get the rights to that? And like he had pretty good, he had a good story and everything. And then kind of sends these four into into the wilderness or to the wild or the Amazon, or no, not the Amazon, yeah, the Amazon. And as they're kind of going through that, of course, these funny things happen. Um, that throughout the time, and then we kind of see this, and it's like two different stories, like pretty. It's like a funny, lighthearted, like friend story, and then on top of it, we got a kind of cool action story with a couple of twists and a lot of meta kind of humor too, coming from everything, which I think kind of works for it. I think that there was one joke in there where they kind of said like who goes into a movie 2/3 of the way done. I think they did go into this movie probably 2/3 of the way done. They're like, well, we got the cast, we have the director, it's gonna be funny. Um, let's just go for it, and then just kind of see what we get. And then as it kind of spun out, that's kind of what we got with this movie, because it kind of goes a couple different ways, but it's fine. It doesn't have to be like like a masterpiece or just so many funny parts about it. I think we all just wanted to laugh. I think it's been so long since we've had like a good comedy that everyone there was just having fun, just to be enjoying themselves, like in a movie where it's not like I mean, even I see a lot of dark horror movies, even the lighter comedy movies still get kind of stupid and either bogged down with stupidity or just kind of go into a weird place. There's not a lot of good comedy going on, and this is a good comedy. Um, and you wouldn't expect it from the source material where they started with, but they did a very good job here. Give it a B plus for sure. I definitely enjoyed it. I mean, I don't think there's any higher barometer it could have hit. I think the like there's two ways you could have did the this movie. You could have did it this way, where you kind of spoof it, and a good spoof is always kind of serious at the same time. So like you carry that throughout it, or you just kind of make it scary. And I think that, or you try and make it scary, that's going to be hard because the main components of like scariness is like the physical part of a lot of it. So when you take away an actual physical being into the snake and like CGI, like that's why we like all these monster movies and all this stuff kind of turns into itself, because it's not a real person. You can't physically look at it and be scared. So it's hard to act like you're scared from something when you're not even like really even looking at it, or you're looking at like a tennis ball and stuff like that. So when it does get accomplished, it is always very well done. In the past, for this one, they kind of had to, they could kind of take that away and kind of use that um, obstacle as kind of like a crutch to kind of help them through it. I thought they did a very good job. Something you should definitely check out. Worth a Christmas Day watch. I try to go to a movie every year, and this one was one of the better ones in the last probably 5 years. So glad I went. I must have been nice this year because we got a good Christmas present here. Like I said, so we want to start the channel off for first week of January. It'll be like the second week of January, and we'll get the horror stuff going, and the throwback stuff going. The second week of January with year-end recaps and stuff like this. We'll continue to go see movies. I don't know what next week is, but we'll see a movie next week. That one will be coming out on Saturday instead of obviously Christmas Day, but you know, that's just the way it worked out because I saw the movie on Christmas Day. The movie came out on Christmas Day. So, anyways, look for that. Merry Christmas. Any other holiday you happen to celebrate around this time? Hope you had a happy time. Friends and family all around. If not, um, you can always contact someone. Go into the comment page here. I'll talk with you. Thank you guys very much for watching, and please have a good rest of your night.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Comment your top movie picks for Throwback Thursday in the comment section. And see you next time in the cave.